This is John Black, Super Chemist. We're going to look at this video from a channel called Other Barak, B-A-R-A-K, Other Barak. And you can see the name of the title.
Video from the rebel in the streets of Canada talking about Israel, Islam, the whole situation. You cannot miss this one.
What would happen to a gay couple in Gaza?
Executed according to Islamic law. Islam doesn't endorse gayism. Islam doesn't endorse homosexuality.
Okay, so would you like to see Sharia law in Canada replace Canadian law?
At some point it will. You know, because we have families, we are making babies. You're not. Your population is going down the slump.
That's
right?
Yeah.
By 2060, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over.
Right.
What are you going to do then?
Actually,
are you going to oppose Sharia even then? Okay, so you say that Israel was established on an empty, barren desert. Is that right?
I didn't say that.
Okay, so what's your point of view?
I'm looking at some of the signage. I see it says Israel is an apartheid state.
Yes, it is.
Well,
What do you mean by apartheid? Apartheid means a state that separates, that treats people differently based on their race or religion.
Right.
So isn't Israel there?
There are even Arabs that sit in the Knesset in Israel. So I'm trying to understand.
But those must be house Negroes, house Arabs.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah. You know that?
You know, I'm glad you said that and I didn't. That sounds very racist to me, sir. What would happen to a gay couple in Palestine, sir?
What?
What would happen to a gay couple in Gaza?
Executed according to Islamic law. Islam doesn't endorse gayism. Islam doesn't endorse homosexuality. Just like Canada doesn't endorse a lot of things.
And do you think that's good?
If I were to...
Do you think that's good, sir? Do you think it's good for gays?
Canada, I would get executed, right? I would get prosecuted. In the same way, Islam doesn't approve of being gay.
I see. Okay, so would you like to see Sharia law in Canada replace Canadian law?
At some point it will. You know, because we have families, we are making babies. You're not. Your population is going down the slump.
That's
right?
Yeah.
And by 2060, according to Pew Research Institute, your research, by 2060, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over.
Right.
What are you going to do then?
Actually,
are you going to oppose Sharia even then?
Well, you know what?
Are you still going to oppose Sharia then?
I'm very appreciative of the honesty. We don't usually get that. So you do support Sharia. You do want a Muslim majority nation in the West End, correct?
Just like you had a Western majority nation in the land of Native Americans, one day we can have a Muslim majority nation here in Canada. Right in your face.
So are you saying we are all living on occupied land right now in Canada?
Yeah, we are living on occupied. From the natives' perspective, we are.
Well, shouldn't we all leave then, going by your philosophy?
Yeah, if the natives were, like if they had the power to kick us out, they probably could. They
could always voluntarily leave in solidarity of the natives, sir.
Would you leave in solidarity with the natives?
Well,
if you leave, the day you leave in solidarity with the natives, I'm also going to leave.
I'm just trying to get my head around what you just said. That
This argument is so stupid. No one is indigenous, okay? There was always someone there before you, okay? It's like Americans going to, taking over America from the Indians. Those Indians, they moved around. This tribe killed off that tribe and took over. And then, 50 years later, another tribe comes in and kills them off and takes over. That's the way the world has worked since like the beginning of time. Is a group of people take over a land. You can call it a society, you can call it a country, you can call it whatever you want, and then a bigger people with a bigger army comes in, kills them all off or whatever, and takes over. That no one is indigenous, okay? Not one person on this planet is indigenous. This is a moronic argument.
That you don't have any problem with gay people being executed just because of their sexual orientation. I don't understand that.
I don't have any problem with Muslims being executed just because of being Muslims.
That does not happen, sir.
It happened to me. It was very...
wait a minute. You were executed? You're back from the dead?
No, I'm not from the dead. I'm just saying, I despite being a Canadian citizen, like I'm telling you my own experience, at times I've been treated unfairly.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
No, really, I'm sorry to hear that.
Muslims in Canada get treated unfairly every single day. whether it's job, whether it's admission in universities, whether it's something else. You know, there is unfairness. There is racial profiling here.
But see, I think that's the difference between you and I. I don't want any unfairness, even because you're a Muslim. But at the same time, I don't want to see people being executed for their sexual orientation.
Okay, why?
Why would you want that, sir?
No. Why would you not want people like, you know, it's because of these abnormal sexual orientations that your population is going down the slump as we are growing everywhere. And whatever the gay people are doing is against the commandments of God. If you do anything against the commandments of the Queen, even if you swear at the Queen in the court, do you get punished or not? Don't you think it's unfair? It's against free speech to swear at Queen, in the court. If I were to walk into a Canadian court and swear at your Queen, will I be prosecuted or not for that?
Yes, sir. But I think there's a difference between. Hold on. I want to answer your question. I think there's a difference between a contempt of court issue and somebody being executed simply because of their sexual orientation.
Let us waste our time. Okay, what did you say?
I'm saying I think there's a difference between a penalty that isn't lethal, perhaps a fine, in a contempt of court issue, as opposed to having a gay couple executed simply because of their sexual orientation. I think that is an incredibly hateful, and
from my perspective, even like the Queen is just another human being like me.
Sir, who are these people whispering things in your ear? I mean, we're having a discussion.
He said to me to keep you busy.
Keep me busy?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Should I be looking over my back here?
No, so the thing is, just the way executing gay people sounds unfair to you.
You're not going to make a difference talking to rebel media. Don't talk to rebel media.
Why?
Don't, because look at their history.
Just because, sir.
Look at rebel media's history.
Look at our history, sir.
Look at Canada Land and look at rebel media. Look at Canada.
Yeah, look at Canada Land.
Yes, Canada Land has got you guys documented. Peace out.
Like it's the different laws, different customs, right? At the very least, at the bottom line, you can think of it as different people having different customs, and you have to, respect different cultures and customs. At the very least, if you don't believe in God, and I'm pretty sure you don't. If you don't believe in God, at the least you have to respect. Just like I respect your law, I don't say anything like just for the sake of my own safety. I don't say anything against your Queen when I go to your courts. In the same way, you should also, like if you are in a Muslim country, you have to abide by Islamic law. Right? If you don't abide by Islamic law in a Muslim country, you get prosecuted. I'm not saying executed, you get prosecuted.
But sir, we have Canadian law here, and you say that you want Sharia law to displace Canadian law. That doesn't sound very respectful.
If you are in majority, you wouldn't have any other option, my friend. If you are in majority, you wouldn't have any other option. If you are in majority, you wouldn't have any other option, my friend.
Tell me this, do the vast majority of Muslims, I'm just curious if the vast majority of Muslims want to live under Sharia law. I have met many Muslims who have left Muslim countries
Whether or not Muslims want to live according. The thing is, what I'm saying is, if by 2060, as Pew Research Institute says, not me, not you, not anybody else, if by 2060 Muslims reach a decisive majority all over the world.
Which year, sorry?
By 2060. You want me to show you that?
I mean, 3 years ago.
2060.
60, sorry, I misunderstood you. No, but like I said, I have met several Muslims who left Islamic nations and are horrified to see those elements of those countries following.
See, but it won't matter. It doesn't matter if 90% of them are normal, because in the Arab countries, you got a bunch of normal people. They won't stand up to them. Okay, they will fall in line, just like they fell in line in their third world country that they left. That's why they left, because they ain't strong enough to stand up to it. Okay, and once the numbers are high enough, it doesn't matter that 90% of them don't want Sharia law. It don't matter. They will fall in the line. That's what they do. And how do I know that? Because they already did it in their third world country. That's why they left.
Following them over to Canada and the United States. What would you say to them? Muslims that want to live a secular lifestyle.
You should go to your Queen and tell her to change the laws.
Change the laws to what, sir? To Sharia law?
No, change the laws to not allow any more Muslims to come to Canada.
Yeah, they do. They do that. But you know what? We know what all the people in Canada say. They say you're Islamophobic, even though you're a Muslim, even though 90% of Indians are telling us that this is happening. We don't believe you. We just think you're racist.
Like if you are bothered by Muslims, because we owe our allegiance and our loyalty first and foremost to our religion, not to the Queen. Okay. To be honest, when I went for my so-called oath, I was silent. I didn't say anything. It was your responsibility to make sure you got it out of me. So when I didn't say anything, I'm not liable to any. I know. That's why I'm keeping him busy here. Buddy, what's the problem?
You people seem so upset that all this honesty is coming out. Yeah.
So what?
Just shut up.
Shut up.
So the thing is, I'm keeping him busy here. You go.
But this gentleman would like to speak with me. Why are so many people here rude, sir? We're having a civil discussion.
Show your face.
This is what Canadian culture teaches them.
Or what, sir?
I'm not gonna do anything. Just stop. Just get out.
No, you're.
They taught them. So
You know, you might be talking me over to your side.
I'm going to throw everything back at you because this is what you get when you, like, the way you raise them, the way you teach them at school. This is what you get.
We have spent decades fighting for our right to vote. So when you go to those booths and cast your ballot, remember, Warren G. Harding is way the cutest!
75 years later.
Why is it that a woman can only have one kid per 9 months and it's regulated her, but a man can have he can impregnate 12 women a day if he wanted? Why are we regulated but men not?
It's just kind of what biology is.
Make that make sense, because it's the patriarchy.
This is a betrayal on levels that no one's ever seen.
I mean, it's a fucking travesty.
Hey ladies, it's April here. Tip of the day for you. Before you start boarding up the ceiling, mark out the joists. Don't just eyeball it like a typical man.
Here we go. Go on. What?
Indulge me. For 1 second, pretend that I'm an idiot.
This video was definitely blessed with some good comments. I can't even begin to wonder what atrocities a page called femalebuilder.com might contain. More effort went into social media than tools? Yeah, no shit. You know, have you ever heard of a fucking Sawzall? They must still have a DEI program at this company. I mean, not for long. Roof joists. Those are not decorative. Ah, shit. Please post a vid when the roof caves in. You go, girl, to your car and get off my job site. Ah, shit, man. But at least she didn't do it like a man, right?
It's weird that they're not in straight lines and marching like in sync like every other group.
I'm not even gonna say anything. It's so embarrassing.
You know, some people might say that walking in step is outdated, it's not as important, it's only for tradition.
To me, it matters because of discipline.
I think it's pretty fucking important to find out at a fundamental level if people are able to follow instruction and work as a unit. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
That's exactly what it is.
Walk in step in broad daylight with no pressure amongst like 100 of your peers right next to you. How the fuck do you expect to carry out, execute like highly sophisticated and coordinated tactical maneuvers in like an active war zone when there's real stakes? You know what I mean? But hey, at least there'll be 50% DEI, right? The comments were pretty good here too. Oh, this hurts to watch. The male Marines in the background have no trouble. Very impressive. I don't know how, but they were all on different step. You cannot teach that. It is ingrained. I've seen enough. Increase the wage gap. Drill instructors failed because they let every single one of them get this far. Yeah,
yes,
pretty much.
I agree with
this.
this.
That's what DEI does. No friggin' way. Recycle the entire platoon. All strong and very independent women. There's no reason boys should be better at marching than girls, unless you've been so focused on prioritizing female recruits that you will drastically lower your standards to get them.